How you doing, guys? Today's video is gonna be about the importance of your image and why you and today's video is about the importance of your image and why it's important also to invest into your future, like getting a consultant. So I'm gonna start it off as if you guys don't know, I'm in sales. When I was in high school, I graduated a couple years ago. I graduated 2024. I was in sales. I was doing insurance sales. I left because the industry was very scammy. They had like a period scheme set up. So whenever you made a profit, this guy will make 20% of your profit. The guy before him, the guy who recruited him will make 40% of that profit, and so on and so on. So it was very like a pyramid scheme. I was getting paid under the table because I didn't have a license, but I was still able to pull a lot of clients. So there was like, we'll give you 50%, we'll pay you under the table because you don't have your license. So I did sales. I tried to do car sales. I I tried to do car sales. They wouldn't hire me because they felt like I was too cocky. Because if I was convincing people to put their money inside an index, I feel like I could sell a car because people come to buy cars. You don't convince people to buy something that they show up for. Okay, so car salesmen ain't the same thing as a corporate salesman. We're convincing people to buy stuff. Uh yeah. So right now, I'm a commercial real estate agent, and yeah, I'm gonna talk about the importance of your image. So yeah, you guys, you gotta look the part, especially if you're black. You gotta look the part, cause I'm black. You gotta look apart, and you gotta be able to speak in a way that don't make you look foolish. Um, the more money you're dealing with, the more judgy they are. So like if you talk to top tier salesmen, they don't they don't they look at salesmen they look at sales as romantic. You gotta romance your customers, and then you bring in the deal closers, which is me. I'm a deal closer, so I would come in and close the deal, but they would have the romancers. So a romancer is somebody who could talk. No, a romancer is somebody that just look like they just look proper. They look stunning. They look nice. They carry themselves super well. Right? My bad. My bad. It's going. The audio go in and out. Yeah, but that's a deal maker. A deal maker is hold on. People are by my car. I recorded in my car, and so I'm gonna just, I don't know what's going on. Alright, I'm gonna just ignore it. Alright, so yeah, so I'm considered a deal closer, and then you have other guys who I think they call them knife. They call them knife, and they romance the client. So they will take them out to eat. They will talk to the client, and they have proper etiquette. I can't get out my tongue. They have proper etiquette. So they just look wonderful, right? And they even try to make me become a double assassin. They even try to teach me it, and I was good at it, but I would switch it up so that they couldn't fully trust me with doing that. So they try to put me in they try to put me in what is it called? Like you know those classy eating things where they show you how to eat classy. how you have to turn your fork upside down and push your rice on top of the fork, like those etiquette classes for eating. They try to put me in that, and they would take me out randomly to see if I would do it, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. In my head, I would only do it around the clients, but I guess they wanted me to fully change. So they just only put me down for closing deals. And they have these guys romancing the clients, and they will bring me in to close the deal. All right, but that's when you get to the high end of sales. That's when you climb the ladder up and get to the high end of sales. Right, but a lot of y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy. I'm just chatting. I'm just talking, but I'm gonna explain it to you right now. If you ever been in sales, you know what I'm talking about. Let's say you broke your charger, or you messed up your phone case, and you know for a fact that you're gonna get a new charger. You know for a fact that you're gonna get a new phone case. Let's say you're at the store and you see a charger, but you did not pick it up and you did not buy it. Right? Or it could be any items. Let's say you was really trying to get this certain type of toy car. You seen it, but you never bought it. You had the money for it, but you never bought it. The reason why you don't know why you never bought it, and you really never paid attention to why you never bought it, or in your head you was like you was just like, I'll get it later. The reason for that is the way that item was presented to you was not good. So in your head, subconsciously, you're not thinking about it, but subconsciously you're like, it got dirt on it, it's open a little bit, it got some scratches on it, maybe the aisle stink, maybe the guy at the register smell, so you're not about to get that item. And that's sales. That's all sales is. Everybody do it. Everybody is judgy with what they buy. The more money it is, the more money a person have, the more judgy they are. Nobody's gonna buy a $200K car from an overweight guy with a bad breath. Right? If you ever go to any image consultant, you will know that your sales could increase by up to 7% by just having your customers by just having your employees wear a uniform. Your sales can increase just your image alone can make your sales increase up to 7% or even more, just by your image. That's what I'm talking about. Your image matter, your equity matter. Not equity. What is it called? Well, I can't get the word out my tongue, but how your image is, it matters. And the more money a client has, the more judgy they are. So you got to make sure you always look your best. And I wasn't the best. And as a kid, I didn't have the best hygiene. I didn't always care about my clothes. But as I got older, I had to adjust to level up in corporate. And that's what I did. I cut my hair. A lot of you motherfuckers won't cut your hair. I'm not even going to talk about that in this video. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. But I know when I'm going to somebody, I'm trying to make him buy this $5 or $10 million commercial building. I know if I look a certain type of way, he's not going to take me seriously. And people don't care who you are. They don't care what race you are. They're not about to joke around with $5-10 million just because you could say racism all day. They don't give a damn. They're not about to waste $5 million, a $200K car, or whatever it is. They're not about to just blow it on somebody they're not about to spend that money with this guy and his image don't even look right. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. And yes, you have to romance your client. Not when I say romance, I don't mean sex. You have to make them fall in love with you and the thing you're trying to sell them so they can buy it. Don't force it onto them, but you have to find a way to make them fall in love with you and the item that you're selling, and they will easily buy it. They will buy it happily. And that's how high-end, top tier salespeople work. I know I had a gift for this when my first year I made $60K in insurance sales. I knew I was very good at this. I knew I was good at it. But this is how it works. You have to change your image. Think about it. Like look in a mirror. How do you look? And who would buy from that guy? And if you're not very confident, there's a lot of stuff you got to work on. And I'm not talking about no weight. Your weight do matter, but it don't really matter. It don't matter, but it does matter. If you get in shape, you just look better in clothes. But a professional is professional. All right, so that's the video for today. I'm gonna start reviewing my videos to see if there's anything I gotta upgrade on. I know when I speak in my speech, I gotta upgrade on it. But I talk very slow. When I'm with clients, so because I always had this problem. When I talk a little bit too fast, I stutter and mess up. So I talk very slow, so it can just be smooth. So maybe I gotta do the same thing on here, and maybe I gotta learn how to edit a little bit to make my video better. But I don't know. In sales, and I'm in sales, so I gotta find a way to stand out from most people, so I could be seen. So I gotta find a way that makes my content better than everybody else. One thing I do know for sure is that it's not a lot of people doing what I'm doing. That's one good thing about me. There's not a lot of channels talking about business and leveling up and self-improvement and what. There is, but not the way I'm doing it.